Welcome back to Chokitable Media. All of us are aware about the visa and green card controversies of the Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka. The information is outside there for every one of us observing and listening, most especially myself, and I've been thinking about how to tackle or how to report it back to you so that at least we will be on top of the news and understood what happened between the United States of America or the current president Donald Trump and Wole Soyinka. Well, let me go back a little bit and let you into the beginning of the problem. Probably it might be because, in my own opinion, I don't think it's actually the way, or it is. During the election of Donald Trump in the United States of America, Professor Wole Soyinka dismissed and rejected Donald Trump. He didn't wish him well. He didn't want him to become the president of the United States of America. That is number one. Number two, Professor Wole Soyinka vowed at that time that if this man ever become the president of the United States, he's actually going to destroy his green card. And the Baba did so, like he said. He destroyed his green card. He got its scissors and all the rest and shred the green card of his. Now, that was then. But currently now, Baba still has what they call visiting visa to the United States of America, which actually gave him the opportunity anytime he wants to travel to the state to be able to travel to the state by himself without any problem, because he has the free visa to go in there. So the recent happening now shows that the United States of America, the embassy in Nigeria, now wrote Wole Soyinka telling him that his visa has been withdrawn, that he's no more eligible to travel to the United States of America with the visa he has. And if he has to go to the United States, he has to visit them at the embassy and let them know so that he could probably get a new visa or something like that. It wasn't as if he was banned totally. Let me leave you to listen to what Wole Soyinka himself said in the audio that I'm going to play for you. Maybe you can now get more information about what really happened.
Could it be that they're angry that I'm hosting their citizens just when they're reconsidering, or they've invited me? Was what happened on that date, November 11, many years ago. So it was rather unfortunate that they picked that date. And I said, sorry, I'm superstitious. I'm not coming on that date. And then ultimately, I made it clear I was also not going to apply for another date to bring in my passport. So I left, I traveled out. When I came back, or even before I came back, I got a letter from the ambassador. What is that? What is our problem there? Is the house falling down or something? Just give me notice so I know which direction to run. So I got a letter from the ambassador. Very nice letter, very courteous. I wish always to stress this, that I have absolutely nothing against individual citizens as citizens of any nation. This is an issue which concerns the government. I have continuing good relationship with members of the consulate, the embassy. I receive nothing but courteous treatment from them. I want to stress that. And so I received this letter in which he informed me that he was away when that letter was sent, and that if I would please give him a call, he would try and explain the circumstances and so on and so forth. When I came back again, I got a letter, a reminder that I should call him. So I called. We arranged a call meeting. I think it was 4 o'clock about a week ago. And he explained, and again he offered a special visit by me. I'd be received by the consul, and then they would ask a few questions about the possible facts which existed that they didn't know about when this visa was issued. He spoke, and he spoke frankly, and I said, shall I be equally frank with you? I'm not interested. It has nothing to do with me personally. It has to do with the treatment which I know, the brutal, cruel, and often unbelievable treatment being meted out to strangers, immigrants, even in some cases, permanent residents, which of course include quite a number of Nigerians. I know of a number of Nigerians who were turned back, who live in the United States, who've lived there all their lives. Some of them have businesses, they have grown-up children, families who are even citizens of our country, but who just left in the normal way to visit home, and then found at the airport they weren't allowed to get on that plane. Because in the meantime, either their visas were under examination or had in fact been revoked, but they were not allowed to go back there, etc., etc. I don't want to run into you all know what's been going on. It's all over the media. You have friends, you have families there. So I said, it's not about me. I'm not really interested in going back to the United States. I said, but a principle is involved. Human beings deserve to be treated decently wherever they are, wherever they drop their buckets, even places where they're just visiting briefly. I said, I'm sorry, I will not apply for a new date. So he sighed and said he was very sorry, but that meant that my visa would be revoked. I said, by all means, I'd be willing to receive the letter of revocation. And I assured him that both he and his staff are given permanent visa waiver anytime they want to visit the Autonomous Republic of Ijegba, situated in Abeokuta. There will be no reciprocal conduct from my principality. So he laughed, and eventually, of course, the formal letter arrived and I received it. So it's necessary for me to give this press conference so that people in the States who are expecting me for this event or that event or were thinking of it, not to waste their time. I have no visa. I am banned, obviously, from the United States. And if you want to see me, you know where to find me. That's elementary as that. There's a comment which is necessary. So I asked myself, however, the visa doling department is now looking into past history, because this is a statement that certain facts have come up. We're talking about thousands of people, by the way. I want us always to bear that in mind. So they've dug backwards, and if you remember, there were statements to the effect that anybody with any past criminal act, even felony, just misdemeanor, was qualified for revocation of visa. So I had to start looking back. Have I ever misbehaved in the United States? Do I have a history? Have I been convicted? Have I gone against the law anywhere? And I remembered finally 2 instances, which I want to make public now, in case it is brought up later on. So they will say, you hid that one.
Now, scanning through, I got information from the page of Dili Farotimi, my brother. And he said, in his own reaction to all this controversy and all this long press conference and interview and like that, he said, I am saved. The stress of having to comment on the issue. Taiwo, thank you for this thoughtful insight into the matter. Dele Farotimi. So Dele Farotimi himself, like I'm reacting to what Dele Farotimi said now, he also was referring or responding to what Taiwo Akinlami wrote, and he posted it on his Facebook. Let us examine it together, what Taiwo said in reaction to this incident that our own Dele Farotimi himself is now showing his own support, is showing his own acceptance, and acknowledging what Taiwo Akinlami said on this imbroglio. Professor Wole Soyinka visiting visa revocation. That is the title given to it because it was on the front page of probably all the national newspaper in Nigeria yesterday, 29th of October 2025. So, Akinlami wrote, around 10th to 11th September 2025, he publicly disclosed that the United States of America, the consulate in Nigeria, had invited him for visa re-interview, an invitation he firmly declined. In his own words, during a recent media interaction, Professor Wole Soyinka confirmed that he personally spoke with a representative of the United States of America, the embassy, who followed up after his initial refusal and urged him to come in for the interview. He stated clearly that he declined the request and made his own position known. Following the refusal, the consulate had no choice but to revoke his visa in accordance with a standard diplomatic procedure. It is also a matter of public record that Professor Wole Soyinka relinquished his U.S. green card in 2016 in protest against the election of Donald Trump as president. According to an official letter from the U.S. Consulate General in Lagos dated 23rd October 2025, his non-immigrant B1, B2 visa was formally revoked following additional information that surfaced after its issuance. Many feel strongly about this, and understandably so. Professor Wole Soyinka is a global icon, the first African to win Nobel Prize in literature. His stature naturally attracts attention, but that is not where our strongest feelings should lie. Our energy should be directed towards building our own nation, not lamenting how another country exercises its sovereignty. Every nation reserves the right to determine who enter its border and under what condition. Visa issuance and its revocation falls squarely within the prerogative of that country. If we must feel deeply about anything, it should be about what Nigeria brings to the global table when another nation acts towards us in a way we dislike. It should provoke national reflection, not foreign criticism. Our hunger should translate into resolve to build a country so strong, functional, and respected that its citizens are treated with dignity everywhere. International relations are ultimately about mutual respect and value exchange, not dependence. Not country plays Father Christmas in a modern world. The question is not who invites us in, but what we contribute when we arrive. That, however, is a deeper message in this development, a clarion call for introspection. There's no place like home, and there's no nation we can truly call ours except Nigeria. No level of achievement, fame, or global recognition grants anyone immunity from another nation's law or policies. What this episode underscores is simple. We must build our own nation. Let's build a Nigeria that commands dignity in community of nations. One so just, so prosperous, and so confident that no citizen feel exiled, whether at home or abroad. When we build stronger institutions, sound leadership, and united citizenry, it's no longer a matter of how others choose to treat us. What will matter is how we treat ourselves and the what we attach to our collective identity. Social critic, too, must guard against losing perspective. Too often, we direct our outreach outward, condemning foreign governments while ignoring the dysfunction within. It is hypocrisy to remove the speck from another nation's eye while refusing to confront the log in ours. Even when we must comment on foreign action that touch our national interest, we must first ask, what is our role in it? What have he done? Or has he failed to allow such treatment or perception to persist? And what can we by ourselves do to correct it? Our charity must begin at home. The crisis in Nigeria and across Africa remains generational assignment, a lifelong mission for all who care about justice and reforms. Unless a foreign government action direct affects our national interest, our focus should remain on fixing our system, holding our leadership accountable, and building the nation that we want others to respect. That is the lesson. That is the work written by Taiwo Akinlami. But as some reaction also from the media, somebody wrote, he said, beautiful. I recognize Soyinka'S library achievement and their controversial Nobel Prize. However, in his character attitude, he is one of the problem with Nigeria. His role before, during and after 2023 election on my mind. You must write a play on Trump, as you did, Idi Amin, but you are blind about our own alleged drug lord. Another one wrote, he said, to all those who seems to believe that Professor Soyinka is the source of their frustration, I ask, where was your own father when Soyinka was diligently studying to become the global intellectual and Nobel laureate he is today? Here is the man now, over 90 years old, whose lifetime of achievement commands respect, a distinction and profound. Even serving president aspire merely to share in the honor of that Nobel title. Where then are the young voices who ought to be championing the progress and growth of Nigeria instead of directing misled anger at an old statement? Our youth should channel their energy and intellect towards building a better nation. Like it or not, the majority of hauling nonsense abuses on Wole Soyinka often seem to come from a particular region or from those who have chosen to remain blind or a blind follower, political zombies, so to speak. At 91, Wole Soyinka deserves rest, reference, and gratitude, not ridicule. Let's use our youth's passion and strength to reshape Nigerian future and leave the old man in peace. That is what this guy wrote. I don't know which side of the divide you're standing. What is your own opinion on all this imbroglio? What is going on? Is it actually the concern of Nigerians, ordinary Nigerian, or the problem of Wole Soyinka himself? He has the right to support whichever government he likes. It's his own problem. Nobody can push him. Just being a Nobel Prize winner doesn't make him to be ahead of everybody in Nigeria. But if he has his own problem with the nation, the United States of America, that is up to him. If he has problem with Donald Trump, that is up to him. It's none of our problem. Our problem is how to live successfully, how to become a citizen in Nigeria, because none of us are citizens when we have all this type of people. But what we need to note is the hypocrisy of Wole Soyinka himself. We should note that the hypocrisy of Wole Soyinka. He used to speak against bad governance in Nigeria, and that is why everybody respected him so much. But right now, he's in support of the present government, that people are expecting to, stand for the people, speak for the people as well, that like he used to do. People also make references to the past government. For example, the government of President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the role he played in it, in bringing that government down. They all colluded and brought that government down. It's on record. Check your record very well. He protested, he wrote, he shouted to the top of his voice or his voices. All of them are there now with this new government, romancing them. And some people are also saying, is it because the present governments are naming streets after him? They are naming buildings after him. Is it because of the relationship between him and this present government? And that is why this man couldn't talk. Those are the reasons some people are giving, online and offline as well. Wole Soyinka's achievement is his achievement. It's not for Nigeria. Nigeria may be respected because of Wole Soyinka'S achievement. They may see Wole Soyinka as a Nigerian, but what happens to Wole Soyinka, the advantage, the opportunity he has, many Nigerians or all Nigerians don't have that. This is what is going on. Please put your own comment in the comment section, but don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. See you next time. Bye-bye for now.